drafts set in stone to get us into game number 1. Ladies and gentlemen, a best of 5 in the play-ins means you lose, you are out of the playoffs. And both these teams know it. Both these teams will not hold back. With an aggressive lineup from Alter Ego, with Bigatron Alpha with a structured lineup. It's time to enter the portal into the
point there in the mid lane until they finally decided onto Moreno. But once again, ladies and gentlemen, the pause has been alleviated as we are going straight back into the land of Dawn. And this is what I was expecting, right? With the draft of Bigatron, I could see that they would be able to rotate a lot quicker than Alter Ego and utilize that mid lane pressure onto those side lanes. And that was what I was afraid of for Alter Ego if they can't withstand that early game pressure.
The Gronk also doing a good job though, understanding that Moreno will have a little bit more wave control, wave clear in the mid lane compared to the Valentina. He's going to be freezing these waves, or just holding it back with the barrier in the base. These mini waves, 3 waves, will be constantly pushed or kind of forced in there, so that Bigatron Alpha's mini waves will crash into the turrets, therefore giving Alter Ego members a bit more of a better time in lane to clear those waves.
And we're already seeing here the structured Bigatron, right? Super Ken already with the invades. Meanwhile, Boy slightly behind on the rotation. And here's a fun fact, right? The high and dry is now the Master Assassin.
Yeah,
right?
they changed the name.
The passive is still the same, but now it's not called high and dry. It's the Master Assassin. But the mid side will not commit on towards that. So again, both teams here playing it very safely. I feel like if this tempo continues, it might actually still favor towards the side of Bigatron. Why? Because Bigatron Alpha is dictating, they're controlling with the invades here, with slowly just Super Ken farming up. It's going to be very scary for the side of Alter Ego.
It truly is, and you can see now already both of these teams are going to go and find one another as they both set up for the next turtle. You can see here Moreno already level 4, Udil a little bit behind. He's just able to get that, but not sure if he can use the IMU right now, right here.
Rossi with wild charge right now, but that's going to be Super Ken targeted down. That's Boy winning the Retribution battle. Super Ken is forced back. The Divine Judgment finds Udil. Bigatron Alpha finds a kill back to 1-for-1. Objective traded in for the mid laner.
Huge crowd control there, huge wild charge opened up by Rossi. Sure, we all know Rossi as a cover roamer, but with that play, actually he is able to somehow create a small statement, right? Hey, I can also open things up. Take a look at my wild charge. It's a 1-for-1 trade though. You can see here still Bigatron Alpha with the slight gold lead.
That's why I always thought of Rossi a little bit. He reminds me of Wijanarko, right? Because that's the exact thing that we initially thought about Wijanarko. He only been able to get those support heroes and find success on those support heroes and those cover heroes. But it feels like Rossi as well is already developing as a player. And like you mentioned here, Bigatron Alpha with the slight gold lead, 600 to their name. I think there's going to be a lot more emphasis now on the gold lane. Here we go.
There you go, Divine Judgment going to be able to lock Rossi down. Saken finds the kill right now, so he's going to be targeted down, but that's only the roamer. Once again, 1-for-1 in the back line. Super Ken with the electrifying beats will try his best to deal some damage, but he gets bursted down, and he will be forced to back away. BTR still with that kill lead.
Yeah, it's a 1-for-1. Both roamers taken out. A solo kill.
Told you about that matchup, man. 1-1.
Wow, very interesting. And that's going to be quite detrimental to Nino here. But looking at the talents prediction, it's quite split. 3-for-3, but in the top side here, Boy going to get a little bit aggressive.
Just a bit, right? He's putting some pressure down because Chorizo has been somehow actually winning this lane quite convincingly in these trades.
Yeah, it seems like now here, Bigatron, they are slowly but surely establishing a healthy lead. Let's see, the second turtle take. Oh, Divine Judgment.
Flicker out already. One more weakness point. He actually gets it, forcing a wild charge out, and this just might be a free turtle to Bigatron Alpha. Big CC tool used up, penalty zone onto Pi. So Rizzo's still going to be able to survive right now, and he gets out. Super Ken wins the retry battle. Boy forced to get out with a quad shadow. Key wants to look for that kill. He gets the dash in. He has the flicker, and he will not utilize it. Super Ken takes Boy down. Bigatron 5-1.
There you go, a 2,300 gold lead and counting as once again they're going aggressively onto Udil.
Wow, not Yeah, so yeah, it seems like Bigatron with the control, right? They are able now already control the slight jungle there, limited jungle of Alter Ego, taking that purple buff away from Hayabusa. That create a setback for Selly Boy in the next 1.5, 2 minutes, right? Again, with that in mind, Bigatron Alpha, who were at just 1,000 gold lead a minute ago, now look at them now, 2,500 gold lead all of a sudden. Alter Ego, they are again just slowly but surely starting to grumble. And perhaps in this current situation, all they need to do here, again, just pick their battles and just create farm towards Nino, make him space, and let's see.
He's been absolutely on point. Rossi hasn't been able to do anything on that Grok. Again, just suppressed and taken down. Sakan has been able to utilize this 1-1 absolutely phenomenally right now. As again, he's not only getting the kills, he's farming well and he's bullying Nino.
Man, 2-4-0 trade there as well, right? Bigatron Alpha, they're really just building onto that gold lead that they initially had. It's going to be difficult as Rizzo jumps back in.
Flicker burnt out. Key still able to escape, but Silly Boy jumps in right there. Going to be able to get bursted down behind the back line. Finds the Earth Shatter onto Key, but he's still able to sustain for a bit. Pi pops in Primal Wrath. Bottom side turret taken down. So Rizzo still trying to sustain. Flickers out to safety, but Bigatron Alpha, all the while those fights were happening, the Roamer got taken down, but 2 turrets fell in favor of Bigatron Alpha.
He's unstoppable right now, and take a look now. Super Ken is already just occupying the jungles pretty willingly here. Also, Ego, they have no real response. Nino, he's behind on items, so his damage isn't quite there yet. And just Bigatron Alpha fully dictating the game as predicted, as just the structured Bigatron here, as we are seeing here. Very nasty indeed as Super Ken, take a look at his score, 104. So he is there not to just for the kills, he's also just there to be a nuisance towards the jungle. Item-wise here, we are now seeing Moreno. After Clock of Destiny, he is building his way towards that Lightning Truncheon. But yeah, Pi quite behind here. 3 steel leg plates.
4.
Oh, now 4. Yeah, you're right. 4 steel leg plates. And it seems like just Joy. 2 items already. Genius 1 and Glowing 1. 5,000 gold he has achieved. Meanwhile, take a look at Selly Boy. As a Hayabusa, you don't want to be behind.
Oh, charge defensively. The Divine Judgment somehow connects it to Sakin. He's able to pop into crossbow. Tang Udo's been taken out of the fight. Now it's going to be the damage coming in, but Sakin's able to purify out of that. The Earth Shatter not able to find its mark, and Pi gets punished. Bigatron Alpha with another beautiful reaction for that engage, and they're going to be able to take this mid lane turret for free.
And this is just getting a lot worse for Alter Ego here. You can see that Moreno already picked up the Lightning Truncheon as well, so the damage, the range, and the burst that he already has on to Nino, it's going to be a lot more difficult, seeing as Nino is quite far behind.
My goodness, Super Ken and Saken, right? They're rookies in the playoffs, but it seems like it doesn't really bother them. It's just them. Not
unbothered.
Yeah, they're unbothered, right? With the current situation. And Alter Ego, they're the ones who look like a rookie now.
I think Bigatron Alpha are, again, making it look kind of easy, right? The fact that they're able to do this so early on, when we said in the drafts that Bigatron are a structured team, they usually wait. They don't usually go for these skirmishes. Well, they've been doing that.
Man, it's only been 9 minutes. Can you imagine? Already all the turrets there in the top side taken down. Only an inhibitor turret left, and Key goes in once again.
Divine Judgment, all the weakness points. Rossi with a wild charge. There you go. Like I said, the range so small, and you can get out of that with a flicker, with a wild charge. But somehow Bigatron Alpha have been utilizing the Divine Judgment to actually keep the guys in range.
You know what? I mentioned that Alter Ego, they need to deny the setup for Key, but it seems like it's Key who denies the setup from Rossi, right? He's just, he's no impact whatsoever, non-existent in this game. 0-3-0, unreliable, and it seems like there's something in bot side.
Divine Judgment, everything used, and Key somehow still survives. Sakin will be able to take Pi down. He's looking for more, chasing them down. And Sorizo with the penalty zone. Rossi with the wild charge. Sakin still able to escape for now. Is asking to the shadow kill. Pop still have that opportunity to just jump in too. but you're right. The Grok is a bit more one-dimensional in that aspect. You need to go, you need to initiate first, and you need to find those openings. If not, he goes 0-4 and 0.
Indeed. And it seems like, again now, Bigatron, 8,000 gold lead already in hand.
9.
9 now.
Wow.
It's 10 minutes in. They're racing now. I feel like Bigatron, they want to go more than the minutes.
Maybe. They want to pull an Onyx, maybe. Like Onyx did to Evos in the regular season. You guys can buy the tickets for the playoffs, ladies and gentlemen. 5 to the 9th of April, 2023 in Hall D of G-Expo. This is the first match of the playoffs, and so far, Bigatron Alpha have looked very convincing.
Very right, and again now, it seems like still with the siege here, what will they be able to brew?
Key's already with a concealed blade here, Miracle. It looks like this might be the final push.
Feathered airstrike by the Earth Shatter. That's going to be the Lord cleared out. They still have these turret passives to play with, but Sunny Boy gets chunked really low. That's going to be the mid base turret taken down with the first Lord of the game.
Wow.
Talk about value, man. Usually you get all tier 2s. Mid lane base turret? Very expensive.
You know, before that team fight happened, right? Before the siege happened, we were talking about, you know, does Bigatron Alpha want to surpass the minutes? And, you know, they're getting there. Look, 11.3K.
They're there.
There.
11
now.
minutes in. They've actually passed it
There you go.
now. But as you can see here, Bigatron once again going in for the push in the top side.
Super Ken already jumping in, baiting, and already isolating Kai with a crossbow attack, dealing damage, melting Udil down. Rossi will pop the conceal defensively. That's another base turret down for Bigatron Alpha. Sunny Boy jumps in onto Moreno, who's still going to be able to fly away, flickering out, and Sunny Boy won't be able to assassinate Moreno.
That's insane. My God. They pulled out all the resources. And that's a mid laner, right? That's a mid laner that's
No
supposedly
winter.
squishy. No winter. The nerf on the Clock of Destiny as well reduces their longevity in these team fights. And yet, they're still unable to pick Moreno off. 2-0-5. And this is why it was really great that Gani mentioned Moreno earlier, right? He's just always so reliable in that mid lane. And doing the damage, having the impact.
My goodness, they are just, again, they're like a robot now, right? Their brand, well, Alter Ego, their brand is family, but Bigatron Alpha, their brand is a robot. And look at them now already, looking for the contest here, perhaps comes out of Alter Ego, I don't know. This might not be the wisest move.
With the conceal already, that's Alter Ego backing away. I mean, that's what you kind of have to do when the opponent has a 14,000 gold lead in the 13th minute. You're right, they've beaten it. They have beaten the clock.
And looking at the items now, it's looking very, very bleak again. Nino is behind almost 5,000 gold lead if you compare it to Saken, right? So he is that behind. Saken is already at full items almost. Athena Shield is on its way. So when that is grabbed, it's going to be very hard for Valentina to burst him down. Again, Bigatron Alpha, they're toying Alter Ego.
Another airstrike popped in. Rossi already taken low. That's giving the onward and the Earth Shatter. Super Ken still surviving. That's what the 15,000 gold lead does. That's going to be Super Ken still surviving. That's going to be penalty zone onto 3. And game number 1 will be secured by Bigatron Alpha with a 16,000 gold lead.
16,000 gold lead in under 15 minutes. That is the domination that is Bigatron Alpha here in season